Hi, I'm Neha from Art and Stuff. I'm a professional artist, a content creator, an art educator, and a small business owner. I make videos on calligraphy, mandala, doodling, digital art, DIYs, and much more. So if you're an artist or want to become one, consider subscribing to my channel. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I love buying sketchbooks or journals, and I am currently obsessed with handmade journals. So in today's video, we are going to have a look at all the sketchbooks and journals that I have been collecting and using since 2019. So the first pile of sketchbooks is from the brand Brustro. Brustro has an amazing collection of sketchbooks in various paper GSM, in various sizes and whatnot. So the cover of these sketchbooks is plain like this in the back. So I designed some of the cover of my sketchbooks last year because I was getting bored. So the first sketchbook here is Brustro A6 sketchbook. So this is a size A6 sketchbook, and it's a really cute and mini sketchbook, and comes handy whenever you want to draw something but you don't want to spend much time in that, like smaller artworks. So the paper GSM here is something around 150 GSM, but I'll mention that in the description so you can check that out. But this is a really cute and handy sketchbook. So the next one here is this grey sketchbook by Brustro. This is a square sketchbook, and they launched this grey sketchbook last year only. So this sketchbook has a paper GSM of something around 120 GSM, and this is grey in color. All the sheets are grey in color, so it is a really amazing sketchbook for trying different color combinations with grey. And the next up is this craft sketchbook. This was launched along with the grey sketchbook last year by Brustro. So this is also of the same size as the grey sketchbook. This is a square, and the paper GSM is something around 120 GSM, and all of the this sketchbook, all the sheets are of toned shade. So this gives a really nice effect and background especially for mandalas when you are using black or white pen. So this is also a nice sketchbook. Next up is this black sketchbook by Brustro. So this is also square in size, and the paper GSM is pretty thicker than the craft and grey sketchbook. So this is something around 150 GSM or 180 GSM. So the paper quality is really smooth, and the paper GSM is also really good and high, which ensures that all the jelly rolls work on the black sketchbook. So this is one of the black sketchbooks that I have. Next up is the most used sketchbook by Brustro, which is the A5 sketchbook. This is a usual sketchbook, and the paper GSM is something around 110 or 20 GSM. So the sheets are not as smooth as ivory sheets, but these are perfect for sketching or even drawing or any kind of artwork. I use this one for my Devanagari practice, as I use watercolor inks and a little watery and flowy inks for Devanagari, and this sketchbook is perfect for my Devanagari practice. So this is the A5 sketchbook by Brustro. And the last in this pile is this A4 size sketchbook by Brustro. I bought this one in 2019 and I am still using it. So this is an A4 size sketchbook, and the same as the earlier A5 sketchbook. The sheets, the quality of the sheets is amazing, and this size is A4. So the next pile of sketchbooks, or I would call them journals, is from the Paperclip store. So the Paperclip store is more into office stationery and regular use journals and sketchbooks. So they don't specialize in watercolor sketchbooks or acrylic sketchbooks or sketchbooks with higher GSM paper. So these are really good for your daily practice, or when you want to for all your rough drawings and stuff like that. because these are not too expensive and you don't want to use higher GSM or really good quality of paper for your daily practice. So this one is from Paperclip store, and this one is the regular one, the one with the plain sheets. They also have the same sketchbooks in different sizes and in ruled and check and dot grid sheets as well. So this one is the plain one, and I used this one for my brush calligraphy practice because it is good enough to practice brush calligraphy on it. Next up is this Paperclip store sketchbook, which I bought in 2019 from a fest or something like that, I don't remember. So this one has all the colored sheets in it. So this is really fascinating because whenever you get bored of using the white sheet or just the black sheet, you can use this sketchbook. And I don't think that I have even filled half of this sketchbook, as it's really pretty and I love it. The paper GSM is something around 100 or 80, I guess. So you cannot use both the sides of the paper for when you are using ink or brush pens and stuff like that, but it is really good in the price that it is being provided. So this one, and the last one is the square grid sketchbook from Paperclip store, which is amazing and the best for the mandala patterns and practicing. So whenever I want to practice especially the mandala patterns, or I want measurements, accurate measurements and accurate spacing, I use this square sketchbook. So this is the perfect. They have all the sketchbooks. They have all the sketchbooks available in different sizes and in different colors and in different varieties like ruled, check or dot grid as well. So you can check their website for the same. So the next sketchbook here is from Menorah Stationery. So Menorah Stationery specializes in sketchbooks and journals, and they have a really good collection of sketchbooks. Now this one is a stitched sketchbook and not a Wiro bound like the Brustro ones. So sketchbook is of a really good quality. The paper quality is really amazing. It is a little rough on the rough side, but it absorbs all the ink and all the colors really well, and it is smudge proof as well. So the paper GSM of this sketchbook is something around 150 or 180 GSM, which is really amazing. And you can use this sketchbook with jelly rolls, with your fine liners, any brand, or even acrylics, acrylic paints as well. This one is not made for watercolors or gouache, as watercolors need a lot of water and you need to have a good absorbing capacity of the paper. So this one is not made for watercolors, but I have used this sketchbook a lot with almost every kind of fine liner that I had, be it black or colorful. I have even used Kerrin markers on it, and the paper quality is so good that you can use both the sides of the paper, so none of the side gets wasted. Also I have used metallic acrylic paints and usual acrylic paints as well. So this one is a really good sketchbook in my collection. Next up we have a watercolor sketchbook by Scholar Store. So watercolor sketchbooks are made especially for watercolors and gouache, because watercolors need a lot of good absorbent capacity. So this one is a regular one, and the texture of this sketchbook is not too rough, and the absorbent capacity is also less. So this one is meant for, I would say, regular practice with watercolors, as the absorbent capacity is low, but it is really good, and I have used it with watercolors for mandalas and calligraphy as well. So this is a watercolor sketchbook. I'll mention the paper GSM in the description. Next up we have another sketchbook from Scholar Store. So this one is a regular sketchbook just like the one from Menorah. So this one is the paper GSM is something around 150 or 180 GSM, I guess, but this is the paper quality here is much smoother than the Menorah sketchbook. but it is also stitched and not spiral bound, so this is a really good one. The paper is really smooth and it works with almost every type of markers or pens or even acrylic paints. So that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comment section which one was your favorite sketchbook or journal from my collection. Also, if you have any other brands or handmade journals or sketchbooks that you think I should try, please share the details in the comment section. See you next week with a new video. Bye.